All right. Well, we live, guys.
All right, let's get it.
We are live.
I see the red. I see the red.
All right.
Yeah.
We live, guys.
All
All
right.
right. Okay. I hear feedback.
Yeah, that was my bold sister. I got it disconnected. Country Wayne said he couldn't make it tonight, so we have to get him next time.
Oh, okay. We'll catch you next time. Let's go.
Next
Well,
time.
we got a.
What's going on?
I'm out of breath. I had to run downstairs.
I was hoping you was in your seat. What's going on? Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everybody. I'm trying to tag you good folks. My name is Veronica. I'm your host of the show. So glad to be back with you guys tonight. Here we talk about any and everything. Yes, Victor.
Before you even get on your intro and your monologue, Fatigue being real extra with that bell right now. So
already?
I'm giving Veronica her props.
We'll see. We'll see how this show go tonight.
Oh, I'm giving her props. I'm giving everybody a bell. When I don't, then I get called stingy with the bell.
Thank you, Fatigue. Brother Victor is back with us tonight. What's going on, Victor?
I got a leg.
Yes, Fatigue.
I just had to do that.
That bell last.
Fatigue all the way back with us from WBLS radio station, New York.
Yeah.
What's going on, Fatigue?
What's up?
And we have a very special guest with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have Emily.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for having me. I feel honored. I really appreciate it.
Good to have you, sis.
Good to have you. First time on the show, but normally you're in the comments. Yes. We're glad to have you with us, showing your cute face on this Thursday.
Yes. Estrogen against testosterone.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
So because we got a special guest, I'm gonna pour up a little
libation.
I'm gonna pour up a little something just so we can be just a tad extra tonight.
Okay.
I'm double barrel tonight, baby.
You double barreling.
Clink, clink. Okay, then. Oh boy, this
so we
is
extra tonight.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah, first, let me give a shout out to Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica. Come out, have fun, sweat it out, and have yourself a good time while working out and getting fit and toned. Yes, Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica. Yes, and let me say this Saturday, fashion show, Monte's Boutique, Pink and White Affair, owner Tasha Jackson will be throwing her fashion show. Victor and I will be hosting the show. You do not have to wear pink and white. Come on out. Have yourself a great time. We're going to have fun at the Landmark in this Saturday, kicking off at 7 p.m. in Hartsville. Come on out. Fatine will be there as well. What's going on, Fatine? What's on your heart?
One of the things I should say is since we have a special guest tonight, and when we did our live show, what was the name of the place that we did it in Darlington?
Keontae's Wings and Beans.
Keontae, I want to make sure that this sister gets that shout out for her business there. I remember that got a chance to meet Emily. She had a lot of strong energy there when she matter of fact, spoke and then came up to the mic. And since then we communicate time to time, through social media. And on this show, the women bring it. Victor and myself bring it. But one of the things that I've learned that all of us have different energy out here, and it's good to have these kind of conversations. At the end of the day, we try not to take them personal. We try not to be personal, but when we're talking about relationships, it is what it is. And there's issues out here, and we put them out on the table, and we try to be real about it. And one thing I like is that we don't bring no fluff, we don't bring no BS, we bring it real. So I'm ready to jump in here. So let's do this.
Yes, yes, yes. The realness. That's what we're all about. That's what the Tangy Tea of Life started out with. And that's what we're going to continue with. Yes, the realness here. Rodney, let me say happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife. Happy anniversary, Rodney. What's going on, Akia? Tanya, Roland.
Rodney don't get no bell?
I don't get it.
I got you, Rodney. All right, so Sis Emily must be having some internet issues. She'll be back. What's going on, Sly? Thank y'all so much for your stars, Sly and Rodney. Thank you, and all the ones that be sending the stars each and every week. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. What's going on, Stevenson? And let me say, Tuesday, we have a very special show lined up. Tuesday, we have Senator Mia McLeod coming on. She is running for the governor of South Carolina. She will be on the show Tuesday night, 8 p.m., and she is the first African-American woman to run for governor here in South Carolina. She will be on the show Tuesday, so make sure you tune in. We're going to see what she has in store for South Carolina as she's a candidate for the governor of South Carolina. We're going to be talking to her.
Look forward to
Senator
it.
Mia McLeod.
Yeah. Victor's all trimmed up tonight.
Oh. Hi, Cynthia. He trimmed up.
You get all trimmed up tonight, brother.
My bad.
Oh, you good. Hey, it's live. Things happen.
I was trying to turn my D&D on.
Oh.
I guess when I'm doing stuff in life, people want to talk to me. Normally my phone don't ring.
Oh, yeah. That's how it always happens. Hi, Patricia. How are you? So glad to have all of you join us tonight. Yes, no Stevenson, no her. Stevenson says he's talking about Senator Mia McLeod. That's my girl, the Honorable Mia McLeod, a native and a graduate of Marlborough County, now live in Columbia. Yes, we're excited to have her on the show. Tuesday, 8 p.m. All right, so we're going to jump right into it tonight, guys. We have, my brother Victor has a hot topic that he wants to jump on. Let me cue the music, and then we're gonna jump right in.
So, Fatim kind of touched on a little bit. It's funny how we all feed off each other, and I wanted to talk about energy. I really did. That was the whole thing. Is so when you meet someone, and let's say that you may not be able to date them, or you may not be, I shouldn't say qualified, but how important is someone's energy versus their attraction or their look, should I say? How important is that?
How important is their energy?
Like their vibe, their aura, what they're giving off. How important is that versus something physical? Like, or is there a difference?
I think there is a big difference with that.
Energy is very important to me.
Yes.
You can be fine, you can have a lot of money, but if me and you can't have a good conversation, if we don't meet eye to eye on certain things, then we have nothing in common.
Right.
It can start right there. Energy matters. And sometimes a personality can be greater than a look. So.
Right. That's important to me. If we're not vibing, if we're not kicking, if we're not clicking, then that's a big turnoff to me.
Very, very much so.
So for me, just to jump in here is, it depends on what you're looking for and what you vibing for. One of the things if you're looking for a partner, then I believe energy, look, the whole package is something that you're looking for. When it comes together, one, it may not be exactly what you want if you're looking for a mate. If you are just vibing off of people's energy and you're not looking to settle down, I've dealt with some young ladies where their energy was a little bit more street than what I would deal with in a relationship. But I've learned from them and we've had good times. I've had friends that we were friends, no crossing the line. And I've had that energy where it was friends with benefits. So it depends on what you're looking for. I've learned that, and I've heard this a long time ago, you can't sleep with every woman you meet. As a man, you can't sleep with every woman you meet. And I believe in energy, but I also believe in meeting people and conversing with folks that may not be on quite the same page that I'm on, because you can learn. I just think that if their energy is totally left or totally opposite of mine and it's nothing coming out of it, then I leave that alone. But if I'm looking to meet people and their energy is a little different, I give it a chance to see where it can go, because we're not all the same. We have different energy, and it depends on, because I'm telling you, I have people who I would probably never date, but they are great friends. And some may be a little, I hate to use the word, a little ratchet, but we call it up in New York, a little bit more street. But I like that, because some of those people are real. They got your back. You know, they don't run from danger. So I vibe people, but I always give them a chance. It depends on what you're looking for.
So I guess my question, I really wasn't talking about personality. What I'm talking about is their aura. You know, when you first meet someone, or you see them, it's almost like you can, I don't know if everybody feels the same way I feel, but when you first get around somebody, you first meet someone, it's more or less a feeling versus me looking at you. Start with it. Like I can almost see like a vibe, so to speak.
That's
and sometimes I'm
empathic
wrong,
nature.
and sometimes I'm right. So that's what I was saying. Like when you first meet somebody, you ever seen a woman at the bar and you just kind of like, you're scanning the bar like, and she's like, bam, you catch it.
It's usually not. It's usually the physical first, Vic. It could be a 1-2 punch. But if I catch her and then she's talking and her energy, I see what you're saying. But it's usually a look and then the persona. It comes at you, but it's usually a look first. It doesn't have to be the most drop dead gorgeous woman, but it got to be something that draws me to her. Then I vibe the person, because I feed off people's energy. I really do.
This guy told me this at the gym. I'm sorry, Emily.
Go ahead.
Like I was working out and I happened to walk to the other side and he was like, whoa. He was like, you just...
See, that's what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah.
So when he said that to you, how did that kind of make you feel, or how did that... See?
And I was in workout gear, sweating and all, looking a hot mess.
I think some people just have that light. There's a saying I like to go by, and it says, passion is of the blood and kindness is of the soul, right? You drive past people, you walk past people, you don't know those people, you don't know how they sound, you don't know how they smell. But then there are those few people during your day that you may say hi to, or you may have a conversation with. I just feel like I said, passion is of the blood. It's a chemistry. You know, they have that certain light. You know, they could be 10 in the room, everybody looks good, but you may gravitate to one or two. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, you know, that type of thing. So I think it's for you. So if you are attracted to someone, then it's for you. I mean, it could be a lesson. It could just be something for a moment, or it could be for a lifetime. And I think everybody's an onion, you know? I remember when I was younger, bike week, I was in my 20s, early 20s. And these guys invited me and my homegirl up to their penthouse, right? and they were cooking for us. They were talking to us. Of course, they wanted the next level. They want the next level. You know, they wanted us to turn up. But we got into a deep conversation. We start talking about politics and energy and spirituality. And do you know these men were pastors and deacons? But because two women that they met on a different level had more to say, and had some intelligence, they switched their whole vibe up. So sometimes, you know, you're not the same person with everybody. But
exactly, your energy definitely can change.
So let me ask y'all this: since y'all are talking about that energy, why? And we see where some of that works sometime, but you know, on this show, you know, there's a lot of people that are in the chat that are not in relationships or whatever, or not married or so and so. Why doesn't we talk about this energy? Why doesn't it seem to work more than it doesn't? Because it seems like, you know, with the issues out here that people are having with relationships, what's wrong with the energy? Are we reading wrong energy? If we're talking about energy and we're talking about it's something about that person that is special, then why is this not working for us?
Because we're basing our relationships on society. What looks good with us, we're basing our relationships on family values. You may choose a doctor over a nurse, or a doctor over just a girl who's working a 9 to 5, you know, basically because of your family. You know, you may have a family full of doctors and they want you to be with somebody more professional, and you come in the house with a waitress and they like, no, that's not for you. You got so many people who base their relationships on what somebody else is going to say, and you know what they homeboys done did. You know, you may meet a woman and she probably dealt with a friend that she didn't know it was your friend. You understand what I'm saying? It was years ago when it happened. But men will have this conversation, and once he hears that a mutual friend of his dealt with this woman, they'll throw the whole relationship away. And this can necessarily be the woman for you.
And
so I feel like getting involved with anybody should be like this. You should ask hard questions. You should know that this person is not aligned with you. You understand what I'm saying? You already got the attractive. You already attracted to that person. Okay, so what's your spirituality like? What are your political views? People are so scared to dive into that. You know, people are so scared to be who they are right then and there. But when you are yourself, you find what is for you. So I just feel like it's society. It could be a little bit of childhood trauma, you know, family values.
I can agree with that, because I feel like the more you learn at the beginning, then you can make that decision if you want to continue on and make that out of something. You know, a lot of times people hold back, like you said, you hold back the real you because you want to look good for this person that you're just meeting. Instead of being upfront, being honest, letting them know, you know, what's what. Don't put me on no test to see if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to say this, or if I'm going to wear this, or you know what I'm saying? Like, be straight and upfront with people, and I think a lot of times things will work out better. But I know, like Victor, and I think Fatine, you agree with that as well, where you all say you don't want to give too much at the beginning, you know. But I agree with that. Like, be yourself at the beginning. Let that person know who you really are.
But you can't be yourself at the beginning of a relationship, because normally people can't take the unfiltered version of you.
That's not the person for you.
Huh?
That's not the person for you.
Well, I mean, so let's say this. You know, we can go left field with
Stevenson, I did. Go ahead.
We can go.
No, I was responding to Stevenson since somebody put his comment up there. I gave her a bell.
Go ahead, Victor.
We can go left, all the way left field with it. But basically what I'm saying is that when you first meet somebody, no one is really, I don't feel like you can be your true self when you first meet somebody. It's all a facade for the first 2 to 3 months. It ain't until something happens that I can really see the true you. Because everybody go. I'm gonna say everybody. People go into it, you know, with they say they healed, and they're really not. But they go into it and they tipping into it. So what you'll do, you'll put up with a little more than you normally would. You'll let little things slide than you normally would in the honeymoon phases of the relationship. So once you finally get into it, it's almost like y'all kind of morph, and you kind of morph into, you know, who you really are 6, 8, 10 months into it. And that's when you kind of tell if you are compatible or not.
But I'm saying 6 to 8 months, that's a lot of time.
Isn't that enough time to get hurt? See, I got this philosophy. Call me crazy in 2 days. Call me whatever you want to call me in 2 days. But you're not going to call me stupid after a year.
Yeah.
You know? And my thing is, like, you know, I have to be me because I want you to know the full me, because I don't want the record of, oh, you changed. Men like to say that, oh, you changed. I mean, okay, well, you know.
So
that's a facade. I don't want a facade. I want the real deal. I need to see your colors. And me, I'll push a button just to see your colors. I only have one life to live, right? And I'm not gonna waste. I wasted 10 years on a situationship because I just thought maybe one day he'll change.
You'll push that button and it's a damn eject button.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
But let me just say,
not aggressively, but I'm gonna push certain buttons due to the fact that my personality is strong. So if you can't handle the first 5 minutes of me, sir, how you gonna handle me 5 months down the road?
Yeah, right.
You know, because when I flip, then you're gonna be like, oh no. And then now you're setting yourself up for hurt. One thing about it, when you meet somebody, when it's kind of platonic, you know, you're not gonna hurt as bad if you say, okay, if you make a clean break for it, right? But if you allow yourself to be somebody else and that person allows themselves to be somebody else, and then 6 months y'all show up, right? And then y'all realize y'all don't like each other, then first of all, y'all don't waste 6 months of your life, and you're hurt. Now you don't want to try another relationship because you got to get over the last 6 months you had. Shoot, call me crazy in 2 days.
Yeah. Let me just. I'm with you on that. Yeah. Let me just jump in here. You all said a lot. I was trying to get in on one of the first things that y'all said was about, you know, being straight up and honest. Some people can't even be straight up and honest because they don't even know themselves. That's number one. Number two, what you mentioned, Victor, about the filter part. I understand what you talked about the filter part. And what I wanted to interject into the filter part is that there's a difference in having bad habits and then having a bad personality. Bad habits you can correct. Bad personality defects, if you don't see them, like you sometimes say, Vic, if you don't see them or you don't think that I don't have these kind of bad qualities, then you don't correct these things at the end of the day. What I'm saying is, and when you meet somebody in the beginning, Emily, Veronica, you know, okay, maybe you come over to my house is just a little bit more clean. I hang up my clothes a little bit more, this, that, and the other. Maybe I'm a little tardy with hanging up my clothes. That's a bad habit. You can correct that. But if you're deep down a nasty person, but you putting on the front in the beginning, that wall is going to eventually break down. And I just can't see that if Veronica or Emily, and I met Emily or Veronica for the first time and they ask me certain things, my political views, my this, my that, this, that, and the other, I know who I am. So that's not going to really, I'm not going to say that it doesn't enhance as I get older through experience, but I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table. And I know we talked about this, what I bring to the table. And what I say, what I bring to the table is not something that is a full course meal that everyone is going to eat, but I'm confident in myself at the end of the day that I don't have to put on so much of a front. Yes, Victor, I am going to be the best me in the beginning because that's the same thing when you go on the job. You're going to be the best you tone it down a little bit. But as time goes on, if that is who you are, you understand, you're really getting the real person. And that's how I look at it.
So, Emily, John has a question for you. Emily, do you think that by being a woman and being so aggressive as a woman might be an issue you have? Just asking.
You know what? I've come to the realization that yes, it could be, and yes, it is, and it's definitely that way for a lot of men who don't want to see the real in me in the beginning, you know. And I find people being coy. Okay, let's look at Will Smith and Jada. That was everybody's go-to relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be Will and Jada. I'm pretty sure when Will met Jada, she was not her Virgo self. That's what Virgos do. But she was not her Virgo self, you know? And then all of a sudden he realized he couldn't satisfy her. My thing is, I am not the Me Too bitch. I'm not going to agree with everything that you want me to agree with. And a lot of men want you to agree with what they agree with. A lot of women do too. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe
But does that cause a problem? Does that cause a problem, Emily?
I want to agree with me. No,
you don't agree with him. Let's just say you don't, like you said.
I wanted to hear her finish making her point, though. But go ahead. Because you probably
he's asking a good question that segues into what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead. If I don't agree with him, he does ultimately have a decision to make. Are we going to disagree? Are we going to agree to disagree? And we're going to move on, because I don't want a Me Too man either. You know, if you disagree with me, that's not going to make me, that may make me like you even more, because you can form your own opinion. And certain people don't like the fact that you can form your own opinion and you have your own opinion. And it could be, it could be projected as, oh, she's too strong, she's too aggressive. I'm just not I can be submissive, okay? But I'm not going to be your doormat. I'm not going to be your yes man. I'm not going to do that, because it hurts to bottle up something inside. It hurts to bite your tongue. It hurts sometimes, yes. And I can't.
But what does submissive mean to you? You just used the word submissive. We talk about submissive on this program. When you say you can be submissive, what does that mean to you, Emily, of being submissive to your man? What does that mean?
Well, I mean, the rules have kind of changed, I mean, we're not those old-fashioned women who, don't work. I'm not a woman that would say I don't need a man. I need a man. And for the simple fact, I needed a man last night, and not I couldn't. Not.
She put that on Facebook.
No, let me tell you, not sexually. I lost my wallet. I drove to Charleston last night, right? And the last place that I went to before I left Florence was Dollar General. I drove all the way to Florence. I drove all the way to Charleston and did not even have my wallet, and did not know that until I was leaving Charleston, getting ready to put gas in my car. And I didn't have no card to stick in. I had no cash. I had to ask a stranger, can I cash app you some money so you can pay for my gas? Do you know how hard it is to, trust a stranger? And if I had a great man beside me, he would have been like, girl, I'm coming to get you.
No,
or he would have talked me through the situation.
No, because you wouldn't have been in Charleston to start with. See, that's what, wait a minute. That's what.
Okay,
there we go.
Or he would have been with me.
Wait a minute.
Or I would have had somebody to go with me.
Let's get it going.
I did have to go to Charleston.
Wait a minute.
There we go.
So let me break something down to you. A good man will have you aware of what you have in your surroundings. So if you had a good man, you never would have lost your wallet to start with. Because he would have taught you the different things. You check this, check this, check this. Be aware of this. Keep your wallet on the inside of you versus the outside of where you walking. There's a lot of things that a man can teach you to be prepared, to always feel every so often you need to be checking yourself. You in a public place, do this. So having a good man, you would have never went back to Charleston because you would have been in a situation.
I got you.
I had to go to Charleston. I would have had, if I had a good man, he probably would have been with me. And you're right. He probably would have been able to correct my steps. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I felt flustered. First of all, I was trying to get there before it got dark, and I was just, at this point, I had my girls with me. I was being a mom. I was getting a case of water. You know what I'm saying? So
you went all the way to Charleston to get some water?
No, I bought a case of water at the Dollar General in Florence, Victor. But no, I needed to go to Florence because I needed to get something from somebody, and this was a great friend of mine. It had nothing to do with anything. It was like I picked up what I need to pick up, and I got back on the road. Period. But at the end of the day, yes, I would have loved to have a mate with me, or even, okay, because I was maybe 15 minutes outside of Florence before I even rationalized, let me pull over to a gas station and get some gas. And I don't know, I was in a hysterical mode. And again, sometimes it's good to have that mate to talk you through it, just like you said. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying, yes, I do have to dial back some of my ways, but I just feel like to effectively have somebody for me, I want you to know me, because I don't want those breaks in our relationship where, I just be fake and then you don't like me.
Two things. So Victor, you a good man? Because like when you and I used to hang out, I noticed things about you, because it's like I had my keys on the bar. You remember that? You was like, get your key off put your key in your purse or something, or hold on to your keys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're very protective with stuff like that. I
Protection.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I wish sometimes that I did have your energy, Emily. Like, I'm more of the one that likes to be more quiet with things. You know what I'm saying? Not like lash out when I need to lash out. And then when it's time for me to say what I want to say, it's like, gosh, how do I say it without them getting mad or thinking I'm nagging, or you know what I'm saying?
I used to
you
be
probably don't have that problem. You probably just.
I used to have that. This I would say it's almost like PTSD. I used to be that girl. I'm an only child, so it stemmed from childhood. I'm an only child, so I always had to, how do you say that? Choose my battles. I always had to pick the soft way out, because I had aggressors who had sisters and brothers and boyfriends, and I always used to be the only one. So
I know your feeling.
I used to be like people pleasing or not speaking up for myself.
Yeah.
And when a person see a sucker, they will lick it. Somebody else said that, but
Oh, shit.
and I had to I had to get really hurt, in order to get out of that. So it was more so of like a vow, like, okay, the 10-year relationship I had, it was everything.
Yeah.
I did what I thought, just like we're talking about, that coy, let him have his way, don't address the red flags. And the thing about it is, this man was dealing, when I was being this quote unquote good girl, not causing his peace, he was in love with a girl who was causing him chaos. Because, and I mean, that's his childhood trauma, but my childhood trauma was, I just want to be a people pleaser. Right. I wanted everybody to like me. I didn't want to start any confusion. I would go along with what everybody says, and and then, or I would remove myself from a situation. And let me tell you, when I start to remove myself from situations like, this person is not for me, friend or lover, they used to say, oh, you acting different. Oh, there's something about you. You got some shit about you. Because I decided not to deal with you because you hurt me, but I didn't know how to address that, because that was me changing. You understand what I'm saying? That was me like, oh shit, you's a different person, blah, 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 blah. Where did this come from? No, you kind of hurt me for the last couple of years, and I got fed up.
But does new
Veronica on board?
Yeah. So, let me tell you this. So wait a minute, 15 foot. So John says a good man would make sure your gas tank was filled before you left the road. I
made sure my gas tank was full. My gas tank was full.
Yeah,
it was the fact when I was trying to refill my tank to get back to the Florence, I didn't have my wallet. So yes, I do find in myself, I've been fixing everything by myself, but yeah, you're right. That's why I want a good man. I do need help, shoot, fill my tank up.
Go ahead, Fatima. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this out because I don't want to. I'm not going to both women. The only reason why I'm presenting this a little bit more to you, Emily, you have a little bit different personality in out front than Veronica. So we've always talked about with Veronica what type of man that she may be looking for. And with you, does the man have to match your energy? And this is like this is an interest because it's something that you put up on Facebook the other day. It was more on a sexual side, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder if a man has to match your energy all the way around.
I mean, I don't want to be I don't want to be the woman, and I am at the dinner table, or we're out on the date. The waiter messes up his order, and he's like, "It's all right." No, your food is not all right. That's not all right. No, we're gonna sit that. Yeah, I don't mind being that person because you have some men who are a little more patient, but don't mess up my food. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not yours.
That's just an example.
But it's not your food, though.
It's not my food. But why would you settle for something that you don't want? That kind of like, why would you eat something that is not prepared the way you want to eat?
Say that what you said again. Why would I what?
Why would you eat something that is not prepared to your liking?
That's not what you said. You said, why would you settle for something that you don't want? And we do that. All four of us have done that at least once in our life with someone else.
So, right.
Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't want a man who settles.
Yes, right. So listen, you can come to bed with, and I'll be hot and bothered, ready and all this, and you say, baby, I'm tired. So I suppose to just say, you know what? Because you don't want to do it, I'm gonna go out there and screw somebody else. No, it's I'm settling.
Yes.
So we're just talking about food here.
I ain't never tired.
Yeah, but I'm talking about energy. What I'm talking about energy is energy that if you are a flamboyant person, if you are outgoing woman, because I've had those type of women, I've had and I still have those type of women in my family that are aggressive. Some of the women are aggressive. And my question is, if I look at some of these aggressive women, they didn't marry aggressive men. They didn't marry aggressive men. You understand? But the question is, do you need an aggressive man because you are an aggressive person? And then for Veronica, who your personality doesn't blast out to be that flamboyant, aggressive woman, do you need more of a man to match your energy? So that's both of y'all.
You want to answer that first, V?
I mean, my thing is I can be that girl, but I chose not to be that girl. But when that girl needs to come out, that girl will come out. But you know what I'm saying? I try to keep the peaceful energy. Yes. I try to keep the peaceful energy. But you know, don't let the niceness fool you, because like I said, when it need to be released, it will be released. Like no one is going to disrespect me. So I mean, you can try it, and I may let it slide at one time or whatever, but no, I mean, it's coming. Yeah, I can be that girl, but I've changed a lot. And I've said this before, like I've changed a lot because I snap just like that. I used to. But
when it comes to, I think when it comes to relationships and the people who you decide to get with, you need to look at their parents. You need to look at the person who raised them. Because I found that if a man had an aggressive mom, right, and say she was a single mom, right, she was an aggressive mom, this is his first woman that he's looking at, the first love of his life, you know. He may choose a woman that's not like his mom, but I would say about 7 times out of 10, a man chooses a woman who could, you know, be like their mom. And I've been around, you know, I've had some moms that say, "Oh, you too soft." You know, my girl, you too soft. Yeah, this is when I was soft. I'll be
you soft?
Okay. I have my soft ways. I cry. Okay. You know, I'm a sensitive. How Cardi B said, I'm a sensitive ass gangster. But I just feel like maybe we don't have to be aggressive on the same level. You know, I feel like women are visionaries, men are the executors. You know what I'm saying? He may have a potential in him that he just is maybe afraid to show, and you know, vice versa. You know, maybe I'm the aggressor and like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. And it's not to say that he can't do it, but he has that aggressive kind of support. I don't want to tell a man what to do. I don't want to tell a man what to do. I don't want to be that, you know, woman that embarrasses her man in the street. I've seen women like that.
So,
right.
And
that's not attractive. I don't like that.
It's
so
demographic now. Because
you don't want to embarrass him, but then if we're in a restaurant and they mess up my order and I'm saying I'm cool with it, now you ready to chop the damn waitress in the head. Come on, man. I
ain't gonna chop her, but at this point, now you know who you're dealing with. So this could be our last dinner date. Because see, I mean, I'm not gonna let you sit here. I'm not gonna let you sit here and be a punk over your food.
No, it's not the fact of being a punk. It's all about choosing your battles. I just need for you to be that lioness when it's time to hunt. But if we're sitting here and we're enjoying our time, one little small order, sometimes just think about it. Sometimes a mistake can turn into something beautiful. My kids, they weren't playing, but they turned into something beautiful. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just because somebody messes up your order, that's a memory. That's, you know, whatever. But I don't want to ruin the date. And I don't want to doggone sit here on the other side of this table like, this woman right here is damn crazy because I said it was cool. So basically you trumping my decision.
But Victor, I understand what you're saying from the perspective of not ruining something. But like, I didn't ruin my trip in Jamaica, but we had 2 incidents. And I had to put the bass in my voice. And I'm nothing but females are there with me. And some of those females could step and handle, but I'm the man. So I'm dealing with a man, but I'm dealing with a man. And what I'm saying is that, right. But I'm just saying, go back to what Emily said, if I'm sitting here, if we and her sitting there and the waiter messes up my order, I'm not just going to accept that. I'm going to say something. Now, here's all her way, but
that was not the scenario. The scenario was you said it was cool. And she wanted to correct it. That was not the scenario.
But I'm not saying that I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, waiter, that's not right. You need to fix it." You know, I'm nice about it. He didn't order that. You know, I would find it.
That's how you're gonna do it, Emily.
Okay, if you order that something that's, you know, if you want to take a plate and you're paying for the meal, hey, if you don't want what you want, if you don't want your money's worth, that's fine. That's cool. But if I'm your woman and say your steak is undercooked,
right?
You get sick. Who's taking care of you?
Mm-hmm.
Either you want me to take care of you. Either you want me to take care of you now to prevent the situation from happening, or you want to be a big baby when we get home. Because now you aggravate me. But you know, all you had to do was change your plate, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but go ahead with John.
That's what John is like. John's saying. If I say I'm cool with my meal, let it be that. Don't go over my head trying to take my place.
You're right.
And that's
well, John.
I had an incident where I was at a restaurant and they burnt the shit out of the noodles, and they didn't put enough sauce in it. Anyway, the person I was sitting across the table from, she was like, "Oh no, you're not going to eat that." I'm like, "I'm cool." And her assertiveness kind of was a turn on at the same time. So I get it. I get what you're saying, but sometimes there's a fine line between being assertive and being aggressive.
But let me just say this real quick. But if Emily or Veronica would just say, if it's not the norm for you, and you be like, "Oh, yo, baby, it's cool," she may not say something. But if it's always with you saying, it's always cool, and you always being passive, that's when it becomes a problem.
Baby,
that's become a problem, because now it seems that every time you allow somebody else to step on you, you always say it's
then
cool. But that becomes frustrating at times when you see somebody that you love is being taken advantage, or they're not finally speaking up for themselves. Listen, you do that with your kids, Victor. If somebody's picking on your kid, you're going to tell them to stand up for themselves. So what I'm saying is, if this person is passive all the time, then I can see her saying something. But I can see if that person's not passive, say, yo, babe, it's cool this time. I can eat it like that. Then I can see her rolling with that.
You know what level I'm going to take it to? Okay, so when I burn your food at home, I want the same energy. I want you to eat my Cajun. I want want the same energy.
But you know that's going to happen.
More so, if a man was serving my food and he got that thing wrong and he said it in front of me and I was displeased, you may have a Will Smith moment.
So let me break it down since you wanna put it like that. Us men very rarely. All right, so if you're in a relationship, there are things your partner gonna do that you're not going to be pleased with. They're going to cook a meal that's going to be nasty, and you're going to eat it. You're going to eat it because, like I said, your feelings are more important than my actions. I'm not going to sit here and make the ugly face while I'm eating these collard greens that you done burn up and all that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
But guess what? I'm sorry. I ain't gonna cut you off.
No, go ahead. What you about to say?
I think I learned this from a woman who's been married for over 10 years. She necessarily didn't know how to cook, right? So what she did was confide in his mom, and she would tell you, I learned to cook from my husband's mother, and I only cook what my husband likes. So one thing about it, yes, it's okay to mess up a meal, but I'm not going.
If we're in a relationship, you will never mess up a meal because I'm going to eat it. It's all about how I make you feel. And that's the thing. That's where I think that we lose track. If you mess up a meal and you say, well, baby, I burned the rice. You know what? We can make a joke about it. I'm going to eat this burned up rice. And we're going to do it together.
I ain't doing that.
But that's you. So,
yeah,
I mean,
I ain't doing that.
But what I'm saying is
I ain't eating no scorched rice. You ain't
okay.
you scorch the rice. You gonna make another pot, or I'm gonna make another pot. But I ain't eating
right.
And I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. Damn right, because I ain't doing that.
Because why would you let me keep making mistakes?
But it's not about keep making mistakes. Excuse me. It's all about if you think you're doing right, it's not my place to tell you that you're wrong.
No, that's not right. No.
Well, no, you can't say what's right or wrong. You can only
yes, you can. If somebody burning rice,
you can only say what
coddling.
You. So what I'm saying about Vic, if you mess up, it's all about the effort. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, you know what, you burn up the rice and all this. That means that you're never gonna step out and try anything new again. I might want you to try something new, in the privacy of the bedroom. And if you mess it up or something, you might be shy, might not do it again. All I'm saying is I should never make you feel like you can't achieve what you're trying to do. That's all I'm saying.
You don't belittle the person. You don't belittle the person.
Have you ever faked the orgasm, Victor?
You said what?
Have you ever faked an orgasm? Would you want your woman to fake an orgasm and say,
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Yes, we would.
He didn't even do me right. So I'm going to say, oh, baby, it was good.
No, you don't want that.
Yes.
You don't.
Who the hell? Wait a minute. You're telling me what I want. You can only speak for you. What I'm saying is I'm going to do whatever if I love you, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that you feel appreciated. Okay, it's up to you to realize if you made that mistake.
Even if that person is not satisfying you?
Yes. It's we're talking about, all right, so we're talking about love now. If I love you, we should go to the ends of the earth to make sure that you're satisfied.
For both persons. Both persons.
Come on, man, because first of all, we all know love will make you do some dumb shit. Love makes you do things.
Love ain't gonna make me eat no burnt rice, bro.
But see, that's you. I get it. What I'm telling you is
my father wasn't gonna eat. My mother burned the rice. Ain't gonna eat that.
That's them. listen. That's what I'm saying. You know what love is? Love
Stupidity. That's what love is.
Wait a minute. Love will have you put your mouth on places that your mouth ain't supposed to be. That's love.
Well, I hope it's clean when you do.
It don't matter. Love is love.
Love will make a woman touch your feet, Victor.
And you know what? If you are, because there are some women out here who love a man so much that I just satisfaction.
Wait, what?
One of my love languages is physical touch. Okay,
got it.
I need satisfaction. So it seems as if you're saying if I'm not sexually satisfied by you, and we're in a relationship, I love you so much that I want to stay with you, but I'm not sexually satisfied with you. Are you going to be okay with me saying, hey, can I have sex with somebody else?
Because you ain't satisfying her, but because you talking about love, Victor, she's going to go to the end of the earth and tell you what you want to hear because she's in love with you. She's throwing it back at you, bro, and she's right.
Can I? You want me to answer?
I just
so we're talking about love. If I love you, and you tell me that, then you don't respect me. So I can still love you, but we just can't be in a relationship together. I can still love you.
And I feel the same way because I honestly feel, and maybe this is a little immature, but I honestly feel like if you can't sexually satisfy me, I don't think we could have a relationship. Because
that's understandable.
That's understandable, right? So, I mean, there's okay, we were talking about food. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like a seed,
let's go back to the sex part.
If you're okay with certain things not being, don't be meticulous, but if you're okay with certain things not being the way you see fit, or you don't say, okay, it's a suggestion. A person either is or not going to do it. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes it's good. It can make the sex better, but you have some women who don't want to talk during sex, or okay, so let's break this down.
Because I want to get to this. I want to get to another word that you put out there on social media.
What word?
Sex. Ski.
No, go ahead. Make your point.
Okay, boom. Okay,
boom. There you go.
Okay, so if there's some men who don't want to eat a girl who does that. You understand what I'm saying? Because
who does what?
Guess she's talking about it.
There's some men who don't like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't like what?
Or I'm gonna take it one step.
Veronica don't want me to say the word, but I'm gonna say the word.
Don't like what, Emily? Don't like
Skeet.
So if you're eating me and I just nut all in your face, like, that part. Some men don't like that. They can't take that. But let's do this. I've had men if you eat me right, and some men will press their tongue against the clit so hard, and it doesn't feel good. All you gotta do is lightly press that thing. So, do you think I am going to allow you to keep licking my crotch really freaking hard that is not satisfying me, or would you prefer me to tell you what I like?
Exactly.
Would you prefer? Okay, let's watch some. Maybe we need some counseling. But me, I'm a sexual person. So I feel like once that energy has come and your energy has turned me on, the next step is let me see if this energy matches this dick. Because at the end of the day, this is gonna be the tolerable moment, And if your dick is good, and men too, if a woman's crotch is good, y'all may accept a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And we could bypass the tedious of the burnt rice and stuff like that. But hey, a pot of rice is easy to make. You understand what I'm saying? But when you are making these choices, as far as I'm not going to tell my partner she doesn't sexually satisfy me, or I may be a little afraid to let her know what I like. That's another thing.
That's it.
Y'all will cheat with sluts. But
Thank
won't
you.
build.
Yes.
Wait a minute now.
But when I say that, I get thrown. Wait, no, don't smoke nothing, Veronica. But when Fatine says that crap, I get thrown under the bus.
You ain't
But
let
when
her
a woman
finish.
come on here and say
No,
that,
you ain't let her finish. You didn't even let her finish what she was saying.
No, but see, okay, I'm sorry. Well,
Wait a minute. All you did
a
was
man
burn
will
some rice.
cheat with a
How
woman.
the hell you skeeted in my face?
yeah, but
No,
what I'm
go
saying
ahead. A man will sleep with a slut and what?
And I don't mean like she's a whore or anything like that, but she just can do some things with some peanut butter that you just ain't never seen in your life. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just using it, But you will go home to a woman who don't suck no dick. But you will cheat with a woman who does. But you won't tell your gal that, hey, I need.
If I say that,
you understand what I'm saying? Because men will step out.
I say that.
Men will step out and they will have these relationships with these women who do everything to them, but they're okay with going home to a mediocre sex life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about these things? Or what was wrong with you? Did the girl just satisfy you so much? What's wrong with you dealing with that woman? You understand?
Yeah. So Emily, let me just say this. So on the serious side, I bring this up a lot of times on the show. And I say that we don't communicate with one another. We deal with the superficial bullshit. But the shit in the bedroom, we don't talk about. And now a sister comes on here and say the same thing I say. But when I say Fatine, and I've been saying this before, when you get a woman like that talks like this, I'm telling you, you gotta have conversation, because if you don't have these conversations, it opens the door for more problems.
I always say we need to conversate. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that the kind of conversation, we adults here. So when these are the real kind of conversations, yeah, you do say that. I'm not saying that we don't say about communication and conversating, but when Emily got in there and got more specific and graphic on it, that's real. That we don't talk about, because some grown-ups don't know how to have that kind of conversation.
It's demographic.
They don't know how to have that kind of conversation.
I would definitely say it's demographic, because I was raised in Hartsville, and when I moved, when I finished school, when I went to college, and I went to SUPTA, shout out Morris College, but when I moved to Charleston, and it was like this couple was having a conversation, and it wasn't that she was the aggressor, but she spoke her mind. I moved to Charleston when I was 20. I looked at her and I said, "You talk to him like that?" Because, I don't mean to offend nobody, but where I grew up from, first of all, it's a mind the white man town, and secondly, it's a mind your husband town. And there's like 8,000 people in Hartsville, so it's kind of more acceptable for men to have more than one woman. And it's like when I moved back home, I moved back to Hartsville first. When I moved back home and I was this self, I had a homeboy pull me to the side and like, "Man, Erica, these people ain't ready for that real shit you talking about. Right. These people are not going to accept that." You understand what I'm saying? And I really strongly agree that it's demographic, because if we can't have these open-ended conversations, then what are we doing? We're sugarcoating.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
All you did was burn some rice. Now you sucking dick, skeeting in my face, damn, all this stuff.
But I brought that up.
It's a seed.
But what I'm saying is it started from
rice.
You burnt some rice, and I was cool with you burning the rice.
The rice wasn't.
And now
I just need to know you're not going to be cool with everything.
Yeah, it's just like a letter that we talk about a relationship, and then we go into everything else.
This is the devil's advocate in me. I can say okay.
No,
but
I definitely don't want you to turn it down. But when it comes down to pleasing your mate, there are things that we do that.
But if you're afraid to tell me my rice is bad,
just take it, huh?
If you're afraid to tell me my rice is bad,
how are you gonna tell me my sex is bad?
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. It has nothing to do with me telling you your rice is bad. It's about hurting your feelings. That's what it's about.
Oh. Oh.
It's the lie, Victor. You don't worry about hurting a person. It's how you talk to them about it. You used to be like, baby, you know what? You burned the rice. I appreciate the effort. Tomorrow, you know what? We're gonna get in here and together and do it. But you deal with it. You don't just don't. It's not about beating them up. It's about teaching. And if you can't talk about that, then what Emily is saying, how do you talk about the sexual stuff, other things that are bigger but then a pot of rice?
It's constructive criticism. I wouldn't feel hurt that you said my rice wasn't good. I would say, man, I don't know how to cook rice. Let me tell you, I can't cook rice in a rice cooker.
It's about picking and choosing your battles. I'm not gonna beat you up about something so small as a pot of rice. Now, if we get in the bedroom and you doing some old stupid shit, then yes, I'm going to say something there. But
you don't think my feelings?
I think that's more important than rice, right?
Yeah, you don't think
my father came home from work and my mother scorched rice. He ain't gonna eat it.
Do you think
you're not going to eat it, bro? This is what I'm saying. Men, I can't speak for women, but I'm pretty sure y'all go through it too. When there are so many things that my lady does that I'm like, why the hell is she doing this? But I don't say anything because whatever it is she's doing is what she's doing. It's not my job to try or put my opinion in everything that she's doing. So if she makes a meal that I don't particularly like, I'm not going to say that shit because eventually she's going to be like, well, damn, why the hell you with me anyway?
So if she makes liver and you don't like liver, then you're going to just eat the liver.
Yes.
Oh, no, he's a vegan. If he's a vegan and I cook meat every night, like, you're not going to tell me the benefits of being a vegan? You're not gonna help me. Help me. You're not gonna help me help you. Give me the criticism. Okay, so this is a different female. Give me the criticism. Yeah, tell me you don't like my rice so I can make it better for you.
That's what I'm doing.
Tell me what you don't like so I can make it better for you. I'm not gonna look at it like you're hurting my feelings. I'm gonna take it as constructive criticism. You know what? That's why we got a lot of people who rap who cannot damn rap. You know, because the friends too scared to tell them, Nick, you sir, leave it alone. You know, you're too scared to tell somebody how, you know.
Corrected that one.
Yeah, I mean.
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
We're going to put this Uncle Ben's to bed, baby.
Wait a minute. Every single time that something doesn't go your way, you mean to tell me you're going to say something to your partner or your spouse about it? You got to choose your battles.
Okay, so simply saying, my mama, and we're gonna use the rice, and I'm gonna put this to bed. My mama likes soft, mushy rice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I like parboiled rice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we can do is if I cook hard rice, right? If my rice is a little coarser than your taste, well, what I can do is say, hey, do you want me to make you a pot of the rice that you would like?
Mm-hmm.
And we do, and it's crazy. We'll do this for our kids. Our kids don't eat the same thing we eat all the time. We'll make sure. And I agree with that look. I definitely agree with that look. But I also know a mother of 8 children.
Yeah,
and,
don't tell Victor that.
You know, even though she make lima beans, she got kids that don't like baked macaroni. So what she'll do, she'll make the macaroni, and then before she bakes the rest of it, she makes sure she separates the soft macaroni. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think it's hurting my feelings by telling me how I can better, and I hate to say the word, but how can I better serve you? And it has nothing to do with me, because if I want a different type of rice, I'm gonna make it. So you burn the rice and I don't say nothing, I just cook the rice. Then your next question is, so you don't like the rice?
And, well, my thing is, if you take the time to make me a meal, I am going to eat it. I don't give a damn if I like it or not. You took the time to do it. It's about me showing you the appreciation. You're saying I'm coming home for wherever I'm coming home from. Coming home from work or coming home from a long night of cheating. I don't know. But when I walk in the door and you got this fresh fucking burn up ass chicken, I'm going to eat that chicken as if it's the best piece of chicken I ever had. And I'm not going to complain. It's all about you did something for me. I'm going to do something for you. And
so you take care of the bedroom. So your wife is out, right? Victor, your wife is, she's in the hospital for something very minor. And she comes home and you clean up the bedroom. You do a half-assed job of cleaning up the bedroom, and you make the bed. You make the bed, the sheets ain't tucked properly, ain't even, right? But she walks in and she sees the effort, right? You just want her just to say, well, baby, it just was the effort. Or you want to say, well, I appreciate the effort, but Vic, you got to learn how to make this bed. That's what we're saying, bro. So if it's the effort, you could say that, but you still can correct the issue that is at hand.
We talking about me, because if my woman come home and I done made the bed up and she talking shit, she could lay her ass on the fucking floor. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. If you make the effort to do something, I should at least appreciate you.
That's not what I'm saying. You could appreciate the effort, but don't mean that you have to accept that all the time. If you don't know how to make a bed, then you teach the person how to make the bed.
Well, why? You know what?
Why? Because it's about doing things right, bro.
What you mean about this?
Burning rice is not right, and not making a bed properly is not right.
All right, so before we get
how would the effort?
Properly, what's properly?
Well, if your child go to school, and give effort on a test and keep failing, the teacher's gonna say,
proper way to make a bed
is effort.
What's the proper way to make a bed? Please.
Yes, that's what I want to know.
I wanted just to use an example of something.
There's no proper way to make a bed. Bro, you use that.
I forget it. I'm just trying to show you that because of the effort, and if it's something is because of, like I gave you example, if your child goes to school and goes and try and bust their ass in effort, but fails every test, that teacher can't pass that kid, even if it's for effort, because they didn't succeed. So if that woman continued to burn up goddamn rice, then she didn't succeed. I don't give a damn about the effort now.
So you don't care about her feelings.
I do care about her feelings, but I'm not going to allow her to continue to do something like that. We'll work together. Allow, because I'm not going to eat it. So what's the purpose of cooking it?
Well, first of all, why
together,
you
bro?
don't come to me talking about?
I ain't never been with a woman that can't cook, bro.
Well, say if you meet one, you're going to tell her, you're going to criticize her about her
cooking. I'm going to help correct that, but I ain't no way I'm going to consider, because of her effort and she keep burning the rice, I'm going to sit there and eat it. That's crazy. And y'all know that's crazy.
Guess what? I'm going to be happy to say, well, you cook the damn rice. And guess what? I'm going to be happy to eat the dang rice. Okay, point blank, period. I'm the type of woman, and you know what, like Victor said, he is him. So he's going to do things his way, you know, and that would, to me, that would tame abuse. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to make a woman feel confident, but you know, it's almost like you when you know better, you do better. You understand what I'm saying? So
when you know better, you do better. You know your thing ain't up to par, you do better.
Just allow me to know. Just allow me to know what I can do better for you. Because one thing about it is I'm here to love you. I'm here to give you my all. You know, I want to give you what I think you deserve. And personally, I don't think you deserve to eat no burnt rice. You understand what I'm saying? If that's not to your liking, I don't think. And again, I'm a different woman. You understand what I'm saying? But if you tell me you like it, cool. I'd rather you tell me the truth. You understand what I'm saying? I'm one of those friends, like, I'm not gonna let my friend go out. Come on, man. I'm not gonna let my friend go out and look dumb, you know, to give everybody something else to talk about. And I mean, you know, it's to each his own. As long as that person is happy, let that person be happy. But then again, do you want the outside? Well, I guess it don't matter when you really got somebody who loves you. And I get that about you, Victor. And I appreciate the man you are, because you know what? Erykah Badu made Andre 3000 wear a skirt in peace. So, I mean, it's to each his own. You know, if you're happy and your person makes you feel confident, I mean, I think that's a great quality. I do think that's a great quality. But I also think, even though you may be passive in certain areas, I think you are a protector. I don't see you as a pushover. But I also want you to know that with me, you can be vocal and I'm not going to leave you. You understand what I'm saying? You can disagree with me and I'm not going to leave you, because what I do want you to have is your own mind, you know, and
he does that.
And
oh,
yeah,
damn right.
And I just want
he
you
put his pants on backwards, but he sure
make sure I don't push no buttons, because at the end of the day, what happens small only gets bigger.
That's right. It mushrooms. It becomes a
Not
snowball.
everything though. Listen.
Well, okay.
Listen. It is not my job to correct my partner. That is not my job. That is not my job. My job is to make sure that we come together and that we succeed. So there are going to be some things that happen that come along. But sometimes it's better if you see it versus me telling you something.
So Victor, okay, so this is the last example. So you know that your wife continues to burn this damn rice, right? But you continue to eat it.
God.
Then the family says, yo, your wife, you're making the rice for this big dinner. You know your wife can't make this damn rice, but you're gonna let her because of the effort, and you know that she's gonna go out there and get talked about. Would you want that? Would you want that to happen to her?
Wait a minute. First of all, if my wife can't make something and they allow her to make it, y'all niggas gonna eat it. And if you say something about it, I'm gonna burn every goddamn thing down.
Well, you better. I'm gonna bring you the lighter, because goddamn it, I'm gonna stand up and say, "What the hell did you give her?" Because y'all know she can't cook.
But
I'm gonna say
this is the thing, though.
say
Wait a minute.
So
see, this is the thing. This is where the real conversation comes into play. I can't allow you to disrespect my better half.
But you could have stopped this in the tracks, because you could have stopped this.
Wait a minute. I'm not stopping anything, because if you ask her to do something and she does it, I'm standing behind her 10 toes down. So I'm letting you know, if you respect me and her, either you eat the shit or you don't. But you are not going to disrespect her.
We ain't going to serve it. We ain't going to serve it because it ain't worth it.
Well, Gina did cook a bloody turkey one year.
But I guarantee you,
and Martin ate
that house won't be there after we fucking leave.
Yeah, you're going to have to burn it, because damn it, because they.
But
But see, you can nip that in the bud, Victor. What I'm trying to say
is, about nipping it in the bud.
Yes, it is about nipping it in the bud, because why put her out there like that, where you could have said, baby, when I come home tomorrow, I'm gonna get in here and help you do this, so she can become better. Because you said it's not your job, but it is your job if you are a unit to make each other better. That's what your relationship's supposed to be about making each other better as a unit and as individuals, bro. Come on.
Listen to what I'm asking you. If we family and my peoples come to an event and they bring a potluck or whatever, if my people's shit ain't good, you keep that shit to your damn self. Because if you bring it up to her, it's an issue.
Don't invite my family, because my family gonna tell you right off the bat they eating it.
If you respect me,
I don't say who cooked the rice.
That's what we gonna say.
If you respect me, if you have any kind of respect for people there, just don't eat it. Everything you think ain't meant to be fucking said. That's how people get their damn shits split in 2 and 3 different ways when you start doing this.
But I'm just trying to show that I don't want to keep going in a circle. What I'm just trying to say, if you love a person, you don't want them to be embarrassed. So when behind closed doors, you about give and take to make them better. That's all I'm saying. And I can't understand why you wouldn't want to say to your sweetheart, the person you in love with, to make them better so that they can shine, bro. Because you know that they're not shining. Because an effort don't mean
they're not shining, because they can't.
If they're not,
they don't have anything to do with not shining.
Exactly.
Well, because if you know that your significant other that you love can't do something, but if they could put effort into not only doing it, but put effort in correcting it to make it better, why wouldn't you do that? I just can't understand where Victor wouldn't say, I wouldn't do that part.
If I love the person I love I'm their biggest fan. If you want to go out there at 77 years old and want to be a gymnast, I'm the only one in the stands, banner, all that shit. What I'm saying is if I'm with you 100%. I don't understand. Why the fuck should I be tearing you down if I'm supposed to be here building you up?
It's not about tearing down, Victor. It's not about tearing down. If I keep walking out this house with high waters on, and the woman sees this and don't pull my coattail, I think she don't have my back.
Did I meet you with high waters?
Have my back.
Did I meet you with high waters? Did I meet you with
I'm just saying that if I
keep you trying to please? It
doesn't matter who I'm. That's not the issue. The bottom line is I'm not walking out at my best. So if she got my back, why wouldn't she say, yo, babe, I noticed your pants a little high. I think you need to blah, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with that.
But your pants
not hurting my feelings.
Your pants probably was high when I met you. So go and walk out the door.
See,
if your pants were high,
see, that's the crap. See, that's the crap. See, that's why relationships don't work, because we don't deal with reality.
First of all,
that's why we don't deal with reality.
Wait. Hold up.
I ain't gonna take you up. You're gonna make it say, well, my pants were probably high when we met. Bull crap. That's not the point I'm
making. Was your pants high when we first met?
No.
Okay, then that's different. No. If your pants was high when we first met, evidently I love the way you dress. So I'm not going to say anything to you when you're leaving out.
But they wasn't high when we met.
This is what I'm saying. If we met and you dressed like that, I'm okay with you leaving the house like that. If you was a sharp dressed man when I first met you, and then one day out the blue, you just going to start looking any kind of way, wearing high waters and going out. Yes, I'm going to say something bad. That's something going on.
That's all I'm saying. That's it, Veronica. You hit what I said. That's all I'm saying. I agree with that.
Something? I know when I get dressed, I know exactly what I look like before I walk out the door. It's not a damn test.
I would be like, babe.
You remember that conversation I had with you at the ballpark?
Your pants high water. You know your pants high water, babe.
You remember that conversation I had with you at the ballpark? And I saw so many well-dressed men, and their women just look like they just don't know how to dress. And I know a man, and see, that's my thing. Don't have me look homey, and you look like you just stepped out of GQ. And, I mean, I want to match your swag, but I guess that's all up to me, and I that's all up to me, because I feel like I'm a little jazzy dresser when I get ready to. But if you want to be a power couple, let's try to enhance, because a woman's going to ask you, is she fat? Now those are questions that you could say, girl, I love every inch of you. You understand what I'm saying? Because a woman don't need you to answer that. The reason why she asked you that question is because she knows she's gaining a little bit of weight. She's asking you that question to make sure that you are still satisfied with her. And if you say, yeah, you are gaining a little bit of weight, that's when the insecurity set in, like, oh God, I either got to do something about that, but that spirals. But what I want to do, I kind of want to segue, because I had a situation. The last person I was talking to, I kind of blew up on them. And not kind of, I did. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you where it stemmed from. It was what happened? Cinco de Mayo. And I personally was doing tacos. I was doing fish tacos, shrimp tacos, and my daughter, she does ground beef, because she doesn't do the seafood that much, right? And I had a friend who, liked to come over. But let's do the build up. When he used to come, if he had a bottle of liquor, he had this much of a bottle, this much in it, right? First of all, I'm a 6-8 shot happy girl. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not them 1-2 shots and that's it. No, sir. I can you bring a bottle? But I have my own bottle. I try to dial this back. I try to say, okay, I'm not going to speak about that. I'm not going to speak on that. Blah 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 blah. And when we first started, being that we knew each other for a long time, he gifted me with something, and maybe a week later, I sent him $50 for lunch. I go hand in hand.
Oh damn! What kind of lunch that is?
I mean, shoot. I mean, you want to eat good? If you want to take your $50 and spread that out over the week, then fine. But maybe you might want to eat good that day.
I eat good for $3.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Not no
I
more.
did that. You know, I was trying to show him that. And there's some other things that went on, but you know, okay, I'll do this anyway. But
paying
okay,
for some
so
birds.
we're at the taco day, right? And initially, I invited him. You know, I said, okay, you can come over and get, you know, some food. Now, one thing about me, I don't get no EBT. I don't have no help, so I pay cash for my food, right? So when I invite you, then I am budgeting my food to understand that I got to feed myself and my daughter and you. Mm-hmm. Now, this is what happened. This man stays with his mom, and he's an older gentleman. He's older than me. He told me I can't come over to a certain time because I gotta, you know, get my kids squared away. Cool. But he called me back within like 5 minutes, and he was like, "Well, I'm coming now." So I'm coming now, right? But he also says,
definitely not
he
this.
He says his mama name, such and such. Say, how much she got to pay for a plate. Now, one thing about it is, I happily oblige. You know, yeah, I'll send her home. I'll send you home with, you know, some tacos for your mom. Right. But what I did before he got there, I ran out to the store because I only cooked enough food for me and my girl. So I need to go back out to the store and get some more tortillas because it's like, what, 8 tortillas that come in a thing?
The box,
you know, if I eat 2, you eat 2, my daughter eat 2, then guess what? That's gone. Your mama might not eat. And maybe I want a taco the next day. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to go out and re-up on a little bit more food so I can accommodate you. Now, when you get here, you throw your son into the mix. Okay, so now you want a plate for your mama and a plate for your son. Now, let me tell you what my mind was running. As I'm running out to the store to get more food, I have to go and get gas. You know, I got to get gas in my car so I can go to the store, you know, blase this, that, and the third. And the cashier was telling me, and I just needed to vent to her. I said, man, I'm running like a chicken with my head cut off because now this man doesn't invite, you know, his mama to, you know, get something to eat or whatever. Not, well, she wasn't coming, but you know what I mean? And she was like, she kind of calmed down. She was like, well, you know, when a man lets his mom know about you and especially your cooking, that means, you know, you in there. And I'm looking at it like, I just think he's a mama's boy. To be honest, I just think he's a little coddled. I think he want to make sure everything on his end is good, and he's not contributing to this whole woman that's over here. And by all means,
oh, he contributing.
And see, okay, cool. now, and you know that's good because guess what? You know, okay, cool. Now, what happened was, when he got here, I was like, you in a rush to leave? No, I'm not in no rush. Okay. Now, this man probably sit down with me about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. We talking, we drinking on my liquor. I done fed him. He done ate. I got a baby and I got to tend to my kids. I'm going to make sure my kids eat. Okay. And I'm going to make sure my little newborn eats. She has to, you know, I was the last person to eat. Okay. Wow. So he brings up, I got to go in a minute or whatever. Blase this, that, and the third. I'm fixing my plate while he's saying this, right? I said, okay, stop. Do I have time to eat? He said, yeah, go ahead and eat. So as I'm eating, he sits back down. I'm taking, this is my second bite of my taco. This man starts fidgeting with his phone, looking at his phone. Yo, Booge, I gotta go. Okay. So you want me to stop eating so I can fix your people a plate? Now, me personally, coming from you, Victor, you said that you would take my feelings, you know, you probably would take my feelings in consideration and allow me to eat. But this man was kind of adamant that I make his mama and his son a plate and stop eating when I asked firsthand, are you in a rush? And when I sit down to eat my food, do I have time to eat? So he was like, yeah, because my mom ain't ate all day. I'm just not sitting down to eat. You done see me. I ain't ate all day either. This is what I said. I said, oh, I understand how your mama feel because I ain't ate all day either. But I get up. I get up to see if he's going to say, no, go ahead and eat your food. Even you done been in this house more than one time. And guess what? We've known each other for years. First of all, you could, probably get up and make your mama the food yourself. And if you need help, instruction on how to, prepare the food, I'll tell you that. But why would you want me to stop eating to accommodate you? Now, my thing is, you're not my boyfriend. We don't have a title. You're not my husband. I am doing these things. I've cooked for you more than once. So if I keep allowing this man to just have all the how they say, how the old people used to say, why buy the milk when you get the cow for free? So when I blew up, it was like I was the worst person in the world.
Right. Now it's your fault.
What he did say, well, I would have paid for it. And I felt crushed at that point. You would have paid for it. Okay, well, pay me.
Mm-hmm. Don't got time.
Wait a minute. So you ran so many red lights. So not only did you make some tacos and you not even Latino to start with, you know what I'm saying? You turned around and you fucking with a dude who lived with his mama. I don't even know why you doing that to start with.
You're right. You are so right. You are so right. You are so right. You are so right. But guess what?
You wait a minute.
This is one of those things.
Wait a minute. You had 17 and a half minutes to talk. Give me a second.
17.
You put this man mama and his son in your pot. Not only did you go back to the store to put them in your pot, you put them in your pot and you fed him and then you fed your children. Then you sat down and eat and you allowed him to disrupt your meal to feed his mama. Mm-hmm. Come on, G. You should have slapped the shit out of him to start with.
I just need to know, and you're right. You are absolutely right. But let me tell you, again, I am trying to not be the aggressor. I'm trying not to say, okay, I'm letting some shit slide. Yeah, I'm letting some shit slide at this point, So. But at this point, now I feel like you don't appreciate me enough to even allow me to finish my meal before I accommodate you. So at this point, here it goes. How we was talking about being passive, and then all of a sudden now you fed up. All the red flags that came together, and now I have to blow up. This is another lesson that, okay, I need to nip it in the bud. You're right. I shouldn't be dealing with you. But
But
you're right. I just need to know, was I wrong or not? But you're right. And I don't feel like I was wrong.
But you said something, Emily, that I'm a little kind of here. So you said you've known him for a long time, but he's not a boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not a boyfriend. So because I want to go somewhere, but since he's not a boyfriend, I can't even go that direction. He's just a friend, whatever that friend may be. That's not my business there. But the question is, why do we allow people in our life, friend, boyfriend, or whatever, to do these things to us?
Because he's been a friend for so long.
That's exactly why.
That this was our first time looking at each other in this manner. You understand what I'm saying? And I am trying to be the woman who understands a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Because
But Victor, I mean, sometimes it's not about the sex. I mean, truthfully, sometimes you get caught up and you're vibing and you just
And I don't have friends and friends. that's on gang. I don't have friends in Florence. I don't know nobody, you know. So
no, but I'm saying like Victor is saying, it's about the sometimes it's not.
Put
It's
that
not
up. Put
what
put the prop up.
the prop.
How many tacos you cooking for my mama with that?
Emily.
None.
Right.
None.
Right. She should. Right.
I
So
mean,
she's
None.
well, okay, but I'm saying if you're with somebody,
so what he is saying that
and the sex is good, okay. I'm just saying,
think it
like,
was about the
sometimes
sex.
it's not always about the sex. It's
It
about
wasn't.
other
It wasn't
things
really
too.
about the sex. I'm not even gonna lie. It wasn't really about the sex. It was honestly because he's a friend. He's always been a friend. You
Well, that's
understand
what
what I'm saying?
But
But
friend,
it's
y'all
like
communicating, y'all clicking, you're doing
Yeah.
these things together. A lot of times it don't have anything to do with the sex.
We
I
were
ain't never cooked
stepping
with none of my
into-
friends, mama.
but
Never.
we were stepping into a zone where, okay, if you're gonna be the man in my life, I need to see that from you. Now, I don't have my homegirls come over. They like my cooking. They may want to take something back home today. Somebody. You understand
But
what
you
I'm
ain't
saying?
running
And that's
to the
okay,
stove.
huh?
But you ain't running to the stove for them.
I mean, it was one of those. Okay, you're right.
Exactly.
I
You
did
ran
that.
to
That
the
was my
stove for
fault.
this man.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
It's not your
But
fault.
all I needed-
It's not a fault.
But what did
Right.
you say,
But
Victor?
all I
You
needed
said-
you to do, or him to do, was just appreciate and value that I'm eating. And once I get up and eat, I will definitely get your mom and your son a plate. I didn't mind that. What bothered me was his entitlement to the situation. He
Right.
felt as if, and I guess if
understand.
dick is a thing, I guess he felt like, shoot, I'm giving that to you, then you should be, he has his entitlement. It's like,
Right.
okay, I'm the man,
Yep.
I'm used to a woman fixing my meals. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, that's
a good point. Emily, you make a good point, and everybody's different, but I'm glad that you brought that up. And Victor, I'm glad that you
what
brought
she
that
said,
up.
be a friend, but don't use it.
Yeah, I agree with that entitlement situation. And and a lot of and I see some of these comments out here, and some friends that there ain't no sex, that you got a good relationship, and they know the moms, they look out for the moms, or they look out for the family. That happens. But I like what you said about Victor when you came up there, because you talked about the sex, but then what Emily came on top of it, and I'm glad that you kind of admitted that about the entitlement, because that is part of what probably went on here, and you at the end of the day, your feelings got trampled on, and you was like, wait the fuck a minute, whoa, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I even went out the extra mile, and you can't give me the consideration of that, and you blew up. And that's what I'm saying. It comes to the point that we get pushed to the point that we blow up sometimes. And that's what, and sometimes, you know what? Sometimes that blow up is a good thing. Not only for you, but it's good to get that crap out on the person, because they sometimes walking on us like a doormat. And sometimes we got to put their ass in their place, and sometimes it don't come out nice. And that's how it is sometimes.
Right. So it was like, okay, I've never had to be aggressive with this person. This person has known me ever since I was a teenager. You understand what I'm saying? So even when he met me, I wasn't this, I don't like calling myself aggressive. I wasn't this assertive. You understand what I'm saying? So I carried that. You understand what I'm saying? So, I am going to be a friend to you. But now you're stepping into a zone where if you want to be my man, you hold up. Let's be the man first before you have a sense of entitlement. You understand what I'm saying? And don't deflect or belittle the situation by saying I would have paid for it. Well, you guess what you should have did? You should have put the money on the table. But like Victor said, I allowed that. And one thing about it is, going back to the damn rice. If I would have said time out, you stay with your mama, time out, if I would have said, hey, don't be inviting your mama. If I would have said on the phone, I invited you. I didn't invite your mama.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I wouldn't have been concerned about, I guess I wouldn't have been concerned about his feelings. I would have just nipped that shit in the bud. Like, no, I ain't about to cook for your mama. Now what he did was,
we get caught up.
Yeah, like I just we have to show people how to
nip that shit in the bud
and create
that shit in
boundaries
the
for
bud.
our well-being. So again, that was another episode in my life where I tried to be not so assertive, and somebody took my kindness for, took advantage of my kindness. And then now I have to blow up, and now you don't understand it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't understand where I'm coming from. And one thing I said, I was like, dang, y'all niggas. And this man said, I'm not like these other niggas. I had to look at him, sir, what's so different?
Yeah. But Carol Timpson Workman put a couple of things, but Veronica, I'll read this last one she put up. She says, we have to show people how to treat us and create boundaries for our well-being, especially as queens. And I agree with that. You do. That's self-preservation.
Emily just read it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Because that's self-preservation. That's my headphones popped out. My headphones popped out for me, so I apologize. But that's self-preservation.
Shout out to my girl, Carol. Hey, Carol.
That's my girl.
That's the truth.
I don't know. I'm just
self-preservation. When you can't look out, that's why I was trying to tell Victor before that, you can be concerned about your significant other's feeling, but there's something in life called self-preservation. And if you don't learn to look out for yourself, then people will continue to walk over you. Now, you may disagree with that, Vic, but what I'm saying is it's a time to speak up without saying that because you speak up, you're hurting their feelings. No, speaking up can make a person better. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And I was looking at it like, and me, first of all, I'm an empath. One thing about it is, again, a lot of my issues or challenges stem from childhood trauma. So one thing I always like, my daddy is a Virgo. He's a great man. He's a great man, right? But he kind of I wouldn't say he slacks financially, but he wasn't as present as a father, But when I went to college, most of my professors had been mentored by my father, right? So I used to hear more stories from other people than I would have of him myself. And I always said, if I can fix my daddy, if I can fix him to be more of a present person in, the immediate loved one's life, then I feel like I can change everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So I was looking at this man as a coddled man. He's been with his mom for a while. He always knows that his mom has his back. Again, his demographic is different. So I'm assuming he's dealt with females who have been passive themselves and allowed him to do that. So I said to myself, maybe he needs a different type of woman. You understand what I'm saying? But I noticed in that in that disagreement where I got loud, I was very opinionated. He couldn't take that. It was almost like he got scared. And one thing I need in those type of conversations is, I understand. I see where you're coming from. I don't need you to say I would have paid for it. I need you to say, you know what? Because I pay attention, and before I blow up, I pay attention. So when I said, I know how she feels because I ain't ate all day. That was a leading statement. When I walked to that microwave, you allowed me to walk all the way to the microwave to put the food in the microwave. Then you didn't say, oh, sit down and eat. So regardless, and I pay attention like that. I do shit like that because now I'm finna argue. So anything you say in this argument to kind of backpedal, I'm gonna put on top. You know how I know? You know how I know that you didn't care about me eating? Because you could have simply said, no, sit down and eat your food.
But you put yourself in that, Emily, and Victor was right. You put yourself in that because, like you said, you're right. And I don't even, you get it. You put yourself in that because you said, I got up to see if he was going to do that. And you knew it was 50-50 chance that he was going to allow you to continue to get up or allow you to sit down. If he allowed you to sit down, then he would have looked out. He would have been looking out for you. But at that particular time, he was looking out for him for whatever the reason he had to go. And for him, that was the most important decision for him at that particular time.
And after he said what I said, you can leave. And I haven't talked to him since. You understand what I'm saying? Because, okay, break break, it's over. Even now, it's even our friendship. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's the tough part. And then we're going to wrap it up. But that's the tough part when you really have to put your feet down. And you've been knowing this person and having fun with this person, enjoying one another for so many years, and then you have to put your foot down.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it hurts. And then when you talk about y'all don't speak any longer, see that I don't want to be in that situation where, I've been with someone for that long and then, all of a sudden we just stop talking and we don't, conversate no more. If I see you in public, we can't even speak. That's no, especially now. We talked about this the other night, especially at this age now, like I just want to be the bigger person. Like if we're going to cut it off, let's cut it off when it's peaceful. Not when it gets to that place where we can't even stand one another.
Yeah, I said this to Veronica the other day, and I say it again. And it started more on something Victor said after the show once. We don't have to get into it. And he made a statement, and we talked about it. But Veronica was hot one day after the show. I mean, during the show and after the show, I could see it was eating at her. And I'm so glad that she said, before I get off here, I gotta say this. And I was so pleased that she said it, no matter, because it came out, she was upset, but she still was respectful, but she got that out. And you know why that was so good? Because it didn't fester. And we put it out, we dealt with it, we moved on. And I'll be honest with you, I'm close to them. I'm close to them and closer to them by just knowing, just really recently getting to know them. And I am so glad. I feel so happy to say that because Veronica or Victor did not allow that to fester and didn't say it to me. And that's how it goes. And if you respect somebody, then you got to realize that sometimes you have to agree to disagree, even if you understand what I'm saying? So I hate to say this, Emily. I'm not telling you how to handle the situation, but if y'all were friends before, maybe he's watching this or whatever, maybe he'll be the bigger person to come back. I just hope that maybe that after a conversation that maybe y'all could mend the friendship since y'all were friends before, but that's on y'all too,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You hate to see,
Yeah, I ain't telling you how to do it because that's not my place.
I agree. So I guess the bottom line of today's conversation is
don't burn the rice.
Don't burn the rice. Tell the girl how to cook the rice.
Thank you. That's right.
Don't burn the rice.
One day you're gonna get fed up, and one day you're gonna be like, God damn it, I'm tired of eating this damn rice.
Throw that rice up on the wall.
Don't burn the rice. That's what we learned tonight, folks.
That's right.
Emily, it was a pleasure having you on the show, sis. You definitely gonna have to come back.
I'll be more than happy to.
Definitely. Love your
Thank
energy.
y'all for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We love your energy.
The next time, the next Cinco de Mayo, I'll bring the bottle, okay? What the hell? I'll bring the bottle.
You don't have to wait to Cinco de Mayo now.
Oh, okay.
My birthday, I gotta tell you, my birthday's Saturday. I mean, next Sunday, June the 12th.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 38 special.
The baby.
And, I am gonna do some partying in the city because I want to get out and meet people.
Gotcha. I got you.
Well,
you got a bottle. You got a bottle for me.
Let us know.
Okay, I will.
Yes, appreciate you. Hang on tight, Emily. Fatine, thank you so much for sitting in with us tonight, brother. Yes. WBLS radio station, New York. Of course, my brother Victor, always a pleasure. And Victor and I will be hosting the fashion show this Saturday in Hartsville at the Landmark Inn, 7 p.m. Tarsha Jackson of Hartsville is throwing a fashion show for her boutique, Mate's boutique, and we would love for you all to come out and have some fun. Of course, with Victor and I hosting, we know it's going to be
Fatine gonna be there.
Something going on. Yes, Fatine will be in the building as well.
Emily,
So
you coming?
See, I know you. You know what? I read you like a book. I read you like a book.
We'll see you there, Emily.
Okay, say less.
Thank you so much. All of you that watched tonight, all of you that left comments, we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Lisa. Thank y'all so much. Kay, we'll see you Saturday. Yes, gonna have a lot of fun. Mr. Sammy put his final thoughts up there. Learn to cook right. Yes, Mr. Sammy. That was what the show is about tonight. Exactly. But it was a great show, guys. Thank y'all so much. Tangy Tea of Life being brought to you by Hip Hop Fitness with Veronica. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. B.A. Gary Gym in Darlington. $5 per class. Come out. Hip Hop Fitness. We get it on. We have fun while working out, burning those calories. So make sure you come and hang out with us one Wednesday and Saturday morning. Guys, if you would like to be a guest on the show, hey, like Emily, hit us up, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. If you have topic suggestions, if you want to write an email letter, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. We are live here on Facebook and on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night, 8 p.m. Next Tuesday, we have a special show. Senator Mia McLeod will be joining us. She is a candidate for the governor of South Carolina. She is the first African-American woman to run for governor. She will be on the show Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Tune in to see what she has in store for South Carolina. So primaries, right? I think primaries are already open to start early voting.
Okay.
Right. So get your vote on. But be sure to tune in Tuesday to see what Senator Mia McLeod has to say. All right. Guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. We hope to see you all Saturday at the fashion show. It's going to be lit. We definitely
Wait a minute. Before the fashion show, get right by coming to B.A. Gary Gym at 9 a.m.
That's right. Thank you, Victor. That's right. Get it in, get that workout in Saturday morning. I'm telling you, you have the best day because them early morning workouts are the best. Yes. Yes. Love your energy. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great night. Once again, have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you Saturday. If not, Tuesday. 15.
That's right. Buenas noches.
Good night, guys.